Just found out I'm chopped and also unk. So thank you, TJ, for a reminder for me to never chaperone a prom again.
If I'm chaperoning a prom and some kid calls me chopped and unk in the same sentence, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna uppercut the f out of that kid.
I don't think this love for me. I don't think you the one for me.
I know I've low-key slowed down on the reaction videos, but it's just because I had my daughter and I've kind of been enjoying gaming a little bit. I've also just been off of the internet for like a week because I've been taking care of my baby, but that's not going to end. It's actually kind of perfect segue into the topic of this video, being old in Gen Z.
Being old. Now, it's a day we all dread because no one wants to be told that hit the bingo tables, man. I feel like it's just rising even more and more on social media. How
Being born in 2000 is being old in Gen... That's crazy. Being old is considered being in 2000s? What are we talking about right now? That's crazy. That's craziness, bro. I was born in 1990s, so it's even worse for me.
more and more on social media. How am I being called geriatric in my 20s and a fossil? Like, it's disrespectful as hell, man. Like, I'm being called unk status for being in my early 20s. Is that really old now? I genuinely don't know what happened, dog. Because
It's just chronic internet users, right? Because chronic internet users are all the new age kids. They're still in high school. They just watch all the streamers. They're the people who rage bait and put so many negative comments around the internet because they don't realize, you know, saying wild shit doesn't get you far in life. Nobody ever taught them that, so.
there is a sheer difference with real life and what's recently been emerging on social media.
Facts.
I was just called a baby last year, and there are really some people who see old as in 18 to 20s online, which that's older, but not old. People are already being called unk at 18 years old because it's a popular thing to say on TikTok, but people are just misusing it on TikTok. Maybe unk is like 30 to 35, possibly, but the internet for some reason thinks it's 18 because going online, the minute you say you're 18 or in your 20s or whatever, you'll be hit with bingo table G. You bingo Walker? Yo, I wasn't sure if you could hear me. Born in the 2000s, you're old as fuck. Obviously, some people say it as a joke, especially if you're slightly younger than the person, but sometimes I'm really just getting to the point where even if I'm a year older than somebody in a room, I feel like unk, and I'm like ashamed about it. I'm like, holy shit, I'm old as hell. Like, this feeling is not normal. And the minute somebody younger than me enters the NFL or plays a professional sport, forget it. I'm really gonna feel like unk. But I swear, bro, when I step foot on internet soil, I will be told to pack it up. The minute I say, yes, the duck is in its... If I said, hey, guys...
Bro, I speak like that constantly. It's kind of embarrassing, right? Because like every time that I start speaking very fast, my brain can't keep up with the words that are coming out of my mouth. And then I just end up stuttering. That's why you see a lot of cuts inside of my reaction videos. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, I can't help it. My brain just keeps on moving. I'm 26 years old. How am I considered unk? Do I have a kid? Yes, I have a kid. Do I have a full-time job? Yes, I do have a full-time job. I'm just trying to make sure that my life is kind of on a good track. I do social media and I do streaming and YouTube so that I don't have to work a full-time job forever, but I guess I'm unk. I don't know. I'm trying to blow up before I get into my 30s or 35s because by then I'm just gonna quit. Honestly, if I'm still trying to blow up on social media by the age of 32, I'm probably just gonna throw in the towel. I don't know though. Don't take my word as bond.
I'm in my early 20s. There will be some people telling me to pack it up, that I should have been doing this like 10 years ago. And my prime's already over. It's time to step out of the game. It's time for me to be a coach and step on the sideline with a clipboard. In some areas or communities on the internet where comparison is really high and people kind of just obsess about like what age you complete something, like you'll be told your life's already over if you're not a millionaire at 22. What? What do you mean pack it up? Like, some people just get started at 22. Some people start chasing their dreams at 22.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everybody moves in life at their own speed. It kind of is fucked up now because a lot of people just see all these youngins getting millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it makes you feel bad about yourself. It makes me feel bad about myself half the time, I won't lie. But then again, I think about it in the sense of I went to college, I got my degree, I got married, I had a kid, and I'm still trying. Some people could make fun of me for that, but on the other token, there's not really any room for you to really be making fun of me, because at least I'm trying. If you're sitting home and you have a bag of Cheetos on your keyboard, you have Cheeto dust in your keypad, don't talk to me. Don't type no bullshit, because I'm not listening. You're not affecting me. Loser.
People in Gen Z don't even know what they want to do in their 20s. And you know, it's not to diss anybody who finds their passion early and gets a lot of money. Like, that's awesome. But you know, some people find it more late in life. Everyone's got their own path. Next, I gotta talk about this statement that's been going around revolving getting old in Gen Z, which is just completely been getting blown out of proportion. Grown-ass man doing blank. It's just getting out of hand. It just lost all its meaning because I can't do shit without being clowned for being grown, even though I can't cook for shit. But obviously, there's some stuff that is a little bit odd that people do when they're grown. But people will say this quote, grown-ass man, for the most simple shit, like getting ice cream. Some people will get ice cream, post it online, and be met with
Grown-ass man eating ice cream, grown-ass man taking a photo, grown-ass man streaming, grown-ass man working a job, grown-ass man with a baby. You can't be beyond the age of 20 without being flamed on the internet. How does that even make sense? Most people who are typing this shit aren't even allowed to have TikTok accounts. They're not even allowed to have unsupervised internet usage in certain countries, certain states. They're 12 years old. When they hit the age of 20, they're gonna hear the same shit and they're gonna be like, wow, why did I say so much dumb shit back in the day? It happens to everybody. That's why you can't really take anything on the internet too serious, especially when it's coming from people with no profile pictures. You just don't even bother, bro. It's not worth the stress.
grown-ass man licking an ice cream cone. Okay, this is an exaggerated example, but you're not really going to be met with this stuff IRL. Unless there's some 15-year-old rage baiting you, then maybe you'll be met with that shit. For the most part, everybody in real life kind of just keeps to themselves.
Nobody talks about people like they do on the internet in real life. They never will. You would never say it to their face because you're pussy, so don't say it online. Not only that, but do you not realize, like, hackers are still a thing? You don't know who you're messing with on the internet. You don't know if you're messing with a crazy, deranged ass person who will actually find you through your IP address and pull up on you. I understand that you are miserable and you don't have a great home life, but you don't have to take it out on random people on the internet. You need to go to therapy. That's what you need to do.
Obviously, I don't have them saved. It's about how if you play video games when you're 18 and up, that's somehow a problem. Obviously, too much time is a problem, but there's no way I can't hop on the game for an hour or so. And sometimes I would get flack for that online, which is crazy. That's just crazy to think about. People think you really gotta be locked in 24/7 for some reason. Once you get past the age of 18, you gotta have a whole ass beard, a mortgage, and a family with a white picket fence that you gotta provide for. And somehow there is no time for that shit.
What is the definition of locked in for most people? Right now, the job market's absolutely cooked. And then even if you do have a family, you get flamed for having a family. Like, it doesn't, there's no winning. So I'm gonna continue to play video games. I'm gonna continue to stream. I'm gonna continue to make content. I'm gonna continue to do everything that I am doing. And at the end of the day, if somebody wants to flame me, hey man, that's fine. I posted a Metal Gear Solid TikTok today saying that I wasted $70 on the game. I have a lot of people flaming me on that shit right now. I don't know why. I don't really care. My opinion is not the same as your opinion, and that's okay. You should just be okay with it. But it's engagement, so I thank you. Appreciate it.
The time I played video games drastically decreased the minute I turned 18. I used to be mad unemployed with it. I would stay on the game for hours.
Yeah,
But
facts.
obviously, I can't stay an unemployed gamer forever, so naturally, I'm just gonna get more responsibilities.
Facts.
And it's gonna hit me that I'm gonna have bills to pay, and I need to set up a future for myself. Maybe I'll hop on the game for old time's sake when I'm unk. But people really expect you to be completely grown by the time you're 18, and they're already calling you a fossil in the process, even though you just got to adulthood. Also, I've been seeing these videos circulating about how people who were born in the 2000s are unk now. Obviously, that's not the reality of the situation, but I've just been seeing more of these videos everywhere. So for starters, we have this video right here. Yeah, I was born in 2000.
It's rage
Slander.
bait, though.
Absolutely.
It's rage bait because if you say that you were born in 2010s, like you're a kid, bro. You don't have the room to talk shit. I'm sorry. You know what? It is kind of easy to rage bait adults. It's easy because a lot of adults are just miserable with their lives and they never pursued any of their hobbies. They kind of let their family life take over their entire life. And that's not something that I'm allowing my wife or me to do. Obviously, our daughter does come first, but at the end of the day, I watch my daughter. My wife goes and does what she needs to do. My wife watches our daughter. I go and do what I need to do. Right now, they're both sleeping together, and that's perfect because she was supposed to be watching the baby. If the baby's sleeping, we're all copacetic here.
And some people who were born in the 2000s aren't even 18 yet. And they haven't even reached quote-unquote unk, according to the internet. Like, chill on us, bro. It's 2010s propaganda, man. Yeah, I was born in 2010.
Okay, that's just rage bait.
2010.
That's rage bait.
2010. This dude is born in 2011 that made the video. This dude is doing it to rage bait everybody who was born in 2010. I'm convinced. How does someone think the year 2010 and think the person is a fossil? Like, it has to
that's
be
crazy.
rage bait. But yeah, not only that, we already got people who are supposed to be fetuses right now. There are some of them out there, lil broing people already online. Now, there's this like copy pasta type of thing floating around the internet, and they happen to get into an argument for whatever reason. They were called a fetus online, and then to counter that, this dude really said 2013 lil bro, as if it was tough. But yeah, this is an infamous comment. Now it's all over the internet, which obviously you can't do that yet. You are lil bro. Like, obviously I don't have anything against anyone born in 2013, but it's just your turn to be lil bro. It's just what happens. It's a part of life. Now, remember when I said most of the time people won't disrespect you and call you unk in real life? Well, turns out I was wrong. It's starting to translate a little bit, at least for this guy. Apparently he was called chopped and unk while he was chaperoning a prom.
Just found out I'm chopped and also unk. So thank you, TJ, for a reminder for me to never chaperone a prom again. Sorry I brought up Danny Phantom.
What? Yo, if I'm chaperoning a prom and some kid calls me chopped and unk in the same sentence, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably getting arrested. I'm gonna uppercut the fuck out of that kid. Don't care. Don't care. You guys could get upset. You guys could call the police. At least I got my lick in, bro.
Fucked up, man. You just go up to your chaperone, someone who put this event together for you, and say, he's chunk. He's chunk, unk, and chopped. Okay, I don't even know if that's a real word. Why? Why? And apparently a lot of people resonated with the sound. This shit got like 80,000 videos now. This might be happening to a lot of people, or they might have just hopped on it because it was a trend. But still, though, the fact that this audio blew up says enough to me. Now, although I am unk status,
This meme always kills me. I love this. All-time favorite meme. This is how I feel half of the time of my life. Anything that you could say to me is going to get a response from this. Wow, did you really just eat all of your dinner? Are you really a size extra large? You just think that you could make social media content?
audio blew up says enough to me. Now, although I am unk status, I'm low-key happy about growing up in the 2000s and the 2010s. Like, I can't lie, bro. This shit was fire. But now there's really some stuff that the next gen doesn't even know about. That's from the Gen Z era. Maybe I am unk. Like, I might just give up and accept it at this point. And I really do feel bad that they missed out on some of this stuff. Like Prime Fortnite or the greatest XXL cipher of all time. And I feel like
it is crazy to think that people don't know about these things. I feel like I didn't even watch the regular show because I was at a certain age where I just stopped watching cartoons. That's kind of crazy. Now I feel real fucking old.
And I feel like I'm sounding out of touch. Maybe I am getting to the point where I'm putting on the New Balance Griller ones and I start grilling in my backyard. And soon I'll have a family and a white picket fence and I'll start balding. But I swear it used to be the other way around. I used to be like respected a lot if you were older. I remember growing up, my relatives would literally glaze living in your 20s as quote unquote the time to be alive. And I always used used to look at my older cousins as role models, and I wouldn't call them Chopped and Unk. But now I guess online mostly, it's like that one episode of Regular Show where those two fetuses tell Mordecai to beat it Grams because they beat him in a video game. And then he said, dude, I'm in my 20s. And then they said, yeah 1920s. That's really how it is, though, if you log into TikTok as a 20-year-old.
Is.
But yeah, I want to know.
I feel like being in your 20s now is probably one of the worst times to be alive, just considering how bad society has gotten and how bad the economy's gotten. It's hard to get a leg up in life, but back then, you know, it was better for the older generations now because they had the opportunities to set their life straight forever. But pensions have pretty much gone away. Going to college, getting a degree doesn't really catch you up in life. It's just kind of mandatory if you want to have a decent paying job. So yeah, life is just kind of ass for anybody who's young right now. But shout out to the duck. Let me know how you felt about this video. I was talking about my own personal thought processes in life, but it is what it is, man. This is my YouTube channel, and this is how I do my reactions. So if you enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that you hype the video because that is a new aspect of YouTube, but I've talked enough. I hope that y'all have a great day, good evening, whatever time zone it is, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care.
I don't think this love for me. I don't think you the one for me. I don't think you see me when you fucking up all in your dream. I don't think you got trust for me. Just ain't what I see.